Very good morning to everyone. Last lecture, we have started with one of the methods of capital budgeting. Now, to revise, what is capital budgeting? Capital budgeting is a decision making technique in which we decide about making an investment decision, which asset to purchase and in which project to invest. These type of decisions we take with the help of capital budgeting, so that the money capital with us, with the business, can be utilized in the most rightful way. जो पैसे बिजनेस के पास है वो सही तरह से बेस्ट तरीके से यूज किया जा सके, इसलिए वी यूज कैपिटल बजटिंग टेक्निक. इट इज वन ऑफ द टेक्निक wherein we make a investment decision for the future period. We had discussed about payback period in the last lecture. Payback period is one of the method of capital budgeting. Payback period helps us to understand when will we be able to get back the amount invested in a particular asset or invested in a particular project. Means this method will help us to understand, to get a clear picture that when will we be able to get the money which is put in the asset or which is put in the project, at what period will we be able to get that money back. That is known as payback period. Today we pay, but when will we get back the money in the future? To know that thing, we use payback period method of capital budgeting. So now from today we will start with the practical sums of the payback period method. So let us first read the first question, the first question which we will be doing today. So let us read the question now. Total cost of a personal computer, including installation amounts to rupees 1 lakh. So they say that they are talking about a personal computer which together with the installation charges amounts to rupees 1 lakh. That means if I want to purchase this computer, I have to spend rupees 1 lakh. अगर मुझे ये कंप्यूटर खरीदना है तो मुझे कितना खर्चा करना पड़ेगा? आई हैव टू I have to spend rupees 1 lakh for the purchase of the for the purchase of the personal computer. Now, let us read the question further. This is to be used for commercial purpose. That is, the personal computer which we are going to purchase will be used for business use. Commercial purpose means business use. And the net profit after providing depreciation means net profit after depreciation. So this is the profit from which depreciation has been deducted. You all know that depreciation is an expense. So what we do, we from the profit we minus the expense, we minus the depreciation. So the net profit after providing depreciation, that means that profit after depreciation. Now in the bracket they say the depreciation is on the straight line basis. What do you mean by straight line? Straight line means the same amount of depreciation is calculated every year. Straight line method means every year the same amount of depreciation is charged. So the rate of depreciation is how much? 12.5% for the machine. Machine is what here? The machine is computer. Computer is a machine. So 12.5% for the machine is expected to be rupees 15,000 per annum. So the net profit after depreciation is 15,000 per annum. The net profit after depreciation, the rate of depreciation is 12.5%. So after charging depreciation, the expected profit is 15,000. The expected profit per annum is 15,000. The net profit is subject to income tax of 50%. The net profit is subject to income tax at 50%. Now, this means that from the profit, we have to deduct income tax. Tell me, when we pay the tax, does our profit increase or profit decreases? जब आप गवर्नमेंट को टैक्स पे करते हो तो प्रॉफिट इंक्रीज होता है या डिक्रीज? व्हेन वी पे टैक्स टू द गवर्नमेंट आवर प्रॉफिट डिक्रीजेस. सो हम क्या करते हैं? वी deduct minus income tax and then we get the net profit after tax. So now what they ask us to calculate? They ask us to calculate payback period for the personal computer. From calculating the payback period, we will come to know that this 1 lakh which we are the 1 lakh which we are investing today, when at what point will we able to get the 1 lakh rupees back? Payback period method say, what do we understand? That the money which we are investing today, the money which we are putting today for a machine, for a computer, when at what point of time will we be able to get that money back to us? That at what point will we be able to get the 1 lakh rupees back? ये 1 लाख रुपया हमें कब वापस मिलेगा? This we will come to know from payback period method of capital budgeting. So the name of the chapter is capital budgeting, and the first method which we are dealing with is payback period method. So for payback period, in the last lecture itself, we have discussed the steps. So we will go to the step 1. Step 1 means we have to, in the step 1, we have to find out the cash outflow. Now, what do you mean by the cash outflow? Cash outflow means how much money we have to spend today. How much will be the cash outflow? How much money is going out of the business is known as cash outflow. So, cash outflow means cost of the asset. Now, what is the asset? Cost of the personal computer. I will write here cost of the asset भी लिख सकते हो, or we can write cost of personal computer. Now, what is the cost of personal computer? Look at the first line. Total cost of personal computer, including installation, amounts to rupees 1 lakh. So what is the cost of the computer? The cost of the computer is 1 lakh. So this 1 lakh is nothing but the cash outflow. Have they given anything about separately about installation charges? अगर installation charges separately दिया होता तो हम कंप्यूटर के कॉस्ट में इंस्टॉलेशन को ऐड करते, बट हियर इन द क्वेश्चन दे से दैट इंस्टॉलेशन इज इंक्लूडेड इन 1 lakh. So already add ho chuka hai. It has been already added in the cost of the personal computer. Then if there is any sale proceeds received from the sale of older computer, means when we are buying a new computer, maybe we had one old computer also with us. Now when we are buying a new one, what will we do of the old computer? We will sell that old computer, and whatever money we will receive, that because of that money our cash outflow will be reduced. मतलब अगर मेरे पास कोई old computer होता and suppose उसको बेच के by selling off that old computer I am getting rupees 20,000. So now when I have to purchase a new computer for 1 lakh, because I am getting 20,000 by sale of the old computer, this will reduce my cash outflow. Means जहाँ पे 1 लाख बाहर जाना था, अब वहाँ पे सिर्फ 80,000 ही खर्च होगा, because 20,000 I have already got from the sale of the old computer. But in this question nothing like that sort is given, so we will, this is a very simple question. So cost of the personal computer is 1 lakh. So this 1 lakh is what? This 1 lakh is nothing but our cash outflow. This 1 lakh is what? This 1 lakh is our cash outflow. So cash outflow 1 lakh. I will highlight this 1 lakh so that we understand that this 1 lakh is our cash outflow. Now step 2. Step 2. Now step 2 will be calculation of depreciation. We go like this in every question. Calculation of depreciation. Now is there anything given about the depreciation? Tell me. What is given about the depreciation? They have told that depreciation is equal to, depreciation is 12.5%. They have already given that depreciation is 12.5%. So depreciation is charged by what? Depreciation is a percentage of the cost of the asset. Means whenever we calculate the depreciation percentage, we calculate the percentage from the cost. So how do we calculate depreciation? Cost of the asset is 1 lakh and उसमें कितना depreciation बोला गया है? 12.5%. 12.5%. So every most many of you have given me the answer also. It is 12,500. So 12,500 is the cost of the, sorry, 12,500 is the depreciation. This answer is given by you all. So now what is the next thing we will do? The next step, that is very important step. Step 3. This will give us cash inflow. This is a very important thing. This will give us cash inflow. Means how much cash after purchasing this computer, how much cash will we get? How much profit will we get? That is cash inflow. So cash inflow के लिए what have they given us? Let just check in the question. What have they given us? They have given us in the question, they have given us that the net profit after depreciation, after providing depreciation, is expected to be rupees 15,000 per annum. Rupees 15,000 per annum. They say after deducting depreciation, it is 15,000. So we will write here net profit your bracket में after depreciation. If this is not after depreciation, first thing we will minus is depreciation, but they have clearly specified that after depreciation. अगर ये after depreciation नहीं होता, if this after depreciation would not be there given in the question, then we would have first deducted the depreciation. But how much have they told? How much is the sorry, I'll keep in the same order. So 50, same line, 15,000. So 15,000. इसके बाद they say how much is the tax from the net profit, we minus the income tax. So how much is the income tax? Income tax, go behind income tax. In the question only they have told income tax is how much? 50%. So income tax is 50%. So I will write down how much is it? 50%. So 50% means how much is the answer? Yes, very good. You all have given me the answer. It is 7,000. 7,500. So I will write down here 7,500. But this is less now. So I should show in the bracket. This is minus amount. So what will be the net profit after tax? Net profit after tax. Net profit after tax will again be the same amount. Remaining 15,000 minus 7,500 is 7,500. Now very important step. Add depreciation. First you have minus depreciation, deducted depreciation. Now we are adding the depreciation back. Why are we doing this depreciation? From step 2 I have got to know that depreciation is 12,500. This I have come to know from the step 2. So tell me, first in this 15,000 they have already told after depreciation means पहले depreciation को minus किया और फिर बाद में again add किया. I had explained you in the last lecture also. Why are we doing this? Why pehle we have minus the depreciation and then in the later after deducting tax we are again adding it back. Why are we doing that? We are doing that to save the tax. अगर depreciation minus नहीं करते तो ये amount होता. How much would have been the amount? The amount would have been 15,000 plus depreciation minus नहीं करते तो the amount would have been 27,500. 15,000 plus 12,500. So हमें 50% tax 27,500 में pay करना पड़ता. Then the tax amount would have been higher. But now because we first deducted the depreciation, our tax amount is lower. To save the tax, how do we got the cash inflow? How do we got the cash inflow? Cash inflow कैसे मिला? Net profit after tax plus depreciation, we have got the cash inflow. Now our last step, that is step 4. Step 4. In the step 4, what we will find out? We will find out the payback period. Payback period, and the payback in the payback period what we will do, what is the step for payback period? Cash outflow divide by cash inflow. Cash outflow, when only 1 year information is given, this is the formula for payback period. Cash outflow divide by cash inflow. So cash outflow is how much? See here we know cash outflow is 1 lakh. Cash outflow is 1 lakh. Cash outflow is 1 lakh. Divide by how much is the cash inflow? Cash inflow is 20,000. So how much? Divide 1 lakh by 20,000, you will get the answer 5. Means if we invest 1 lakh in the personal computer today, if we invest 1 lakh in the personal computer today, we will be able to get back this 1 lakh in the period of 5 years. If we today invest 1 lakh in the personal computer, we will be able to get back this 1 lakh rupees in the period of 5 years. Our sum is over. Payback period is 5 years. Payback period is 5 years. Now we will go to the one more sum is there. So we will go to that one more sum. We will do the second sum. So in the second sum, let us now read down the second sum. The second sum is the project under consideration. Are you clear with the first sum? If any doubt is there, put it in the chat box. I will explain the doubt to you all. Now, let us go to the second sum. It is clear, very good. Now, let us go to the second sum. Let us go to the second sum. Now, this second sum is little different because here more than 1 year information is given. So, when you divide one, why five, how 5 years we come to know is the question from Akira. See, Akira, cash outflow divided by cash inflow. We know the cash outflow is 1 lakh. We know the cash inflow is 20,000. Correct? When we divide 1 lakh by 20,000, divide 1 lakh by 20,000, you will come to know 5 years. 1 lakh. In the first step, we came to know cash outflow is 1 lakh. In the third step, we came to know cash inflow is 20,000. Divide 1 lakh by 20,000, you will come to know, you will get the answer 5 years. 5, that 5 is nothing but it is years. Payback period will be always expressed in years. Period, matlab how much period, how much time will you be able to get back the amount. So it is 5. 5 means 5 years. Now always जो भी आंसर पे बैक पीरियड में मिले उसको ईयर्स में लिखो. उसको कैसे ईयर्स, उसको हमेशा हम ईयर्स में ही बताएंगे. So now let us come to the next question. Question number second. A project under consideration has the following expected cash flow. A project under consideration has the following expected cash flow. Now, when we talk about cash flow, it means both cash inflow as well as cash outflow. Cash outflow means cash going out of the business. Cash inflow means cash coming inside the business. So a project under consideration has the following expected cash flow. Always understand, these cash flows are always expected, not actual. Actual and expectation में क्या फर्क है? Expected means we are assuming the following will be the cash flows. Means हम assume कर रहे हैं इतना पैसा जाएगा, इतना पैसा जाएगा तो इतना पैसा मिलेगा. That is our expectation. But actual is which actually we get. Like you have an expectation that you will get O grade in your this one, you will get O grade in your semester, but that is your expectation. What actually you get will be the reality. So these are expected cash flows. Why expected cash flows? Capital budgeting is a decision making technique for the future period. Means in the present we do a prediction for the future. In the present we do the prediction, we do the assumption for the future period. So a project under consideration, मतलब मैं expect, मेरे नजर में एक प्रोजेक्ट है एक जिसमें मुझे इतना expected cash flow है. Cash flow means both cash coming in and cash going out. So right now in year zero year matlab today, present period. 0 year means what? Today, present period. Right now in year 0, we will spend rupees 15,000 on this project. Means in the project today, we will have to spend 15,000. Then for 5 years, we will get money back as shown below. Means we will be putting 15,000 today. We will be investing 15,000 today in a project, and in the 5 years, in the next 5 years, we will be getting money as shown below. So in the 0 year, ऐसे देखो minus 15,000 is given. Minus means what? Cash is going out. Minus means what? Negative amount. Negative amount means today we have to spend 15,000. Today we have to spend 15,000. Then in the year 1 we will get 7,000. In year 2 we will get 6,000. In year 3 we will get 3,000. Year 4 we will get 2,000, and year 5 we will get 1,000. So these are the expected cash flows in which in year 0 मतलब हमेशा ध्यान में रखो, year 0 मतलब present period, year 0 मतलब 0 year मतलब today matlab present period. Today in the present period we will be investing 15,000, then we will be getting the following amounts in the 5 years. So what are we told to calculate? We are told to calculate payback period. We are told to calculate payback period. So this again I want to say you all that this chapter is a formula based chapter. Here you have to remember, here you have to memorize the formulas. So let us again go to the step 1. Let us start the sum solution. In the solution, let us go to the step 1. Step 1. Step 1 में what we will calculate? Step 1 is cash. Step 1 is cash outflow. Step 1 is what? Step 1 is cash outflow. So cash outflow is what? Cash outflow is today how all the amount are positive, only one amount is negative. मतलब negative मतलब पैसा बाहर जा रहा है, positive मतलब पैसा business में मिल रहा है, profit. So how much is the cash outflow? Can anyone tell me? How much is the cash outflow? Can anyone tell me? What is the cash outflow in this question? Directly, what is the cash outflow? Cash outflow. Very good, Reshma. Cash outflow is 15,000. Means 15,000 is going out of the business. So 15,000 is the cash outflow. Step 2 is our depreciation, correct? Step 2 is depreciation. But in this question, nothing is told about depreciation. Nothing is told about depreciation. So depreciation step 2 करने का जरूरत ही नहीं है, because depreciation के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं बताया गया है. Now directly we will go to the step 3. But step 3 is little different in this question, because in the earlier question only 1 year information was there. In the earlier question only 1 year information was there. So cash inflow, we have to calculate the cash inflow. So cash inflow के लिए 5 year information है ना. Let us go and calculate a table. 1 2 3 4 5 this way. 5 years are there na. Just understand, just pay full attention. So this is what? This is cash inflow. Cash inflow is directly given. यहाँ पे ना depreciation क्यों नहीं दिया है? क्योंकि हमें ना कोई क्वेश्चन बहुत सिंपल है, हमें डायरेक्टली कैश इनफ्लो दिया गया है. हमें profit before tax, after tax, depreciation, tax, nothing is there. Directly जो दिया है, that is cash inflow. They have directly told, see, following are the cash flow. Cash flow में first one is the cash outflow directly given, and rest all are the cash inflows, because these are positive amounts. So here directly in the first line only they have told cash flow. Cash flow means cash outflow and cash inflow. Cash flow means both the things, cash outflow and cash inflow. So कैश इनफ्लो क्या क्या है, कितना साल के बारे में दिया है, 1, देन 2, देन 3, देन 4, देन नेक्स्ट वाला क्या है, 5. These are the 5 years cash. सॉरी, पहले ईयर्स है तो मैं इधर लिख लेती हूँ ईयर. फिर नेक्स्ट वाला कैश inflow. Cash inflow, just check what is it, the cash inflow for the first year. Can everyone see this 7,000? सेकेंड ईयर का कैश इनफ्लो कितना है, 6,000. सी ईयर सेकेंड ईयर का. एंड व्हाट इज द थर्ड ईयर्स कैश इनफ्लो, 3,000. व्हाट इज फोर्थ ईयर्स कैश इनफ्लो, 2,000. एंड व्हाट इज फिफ्थ ईयर्स कैश इनफ्लो, 1,000. Now what we will find out? We will find out the cumulative cash inflows. Cumulative cash inflows. Cumulative cash inflows means we will add all the inflows. मतलब first year में how much is the cash inflow at the year end? What is the cash inflow? 7,000. Now after 2 years, what is the total cash inflow? 7,000 plus 6,000 karo. That will be 13,000. 7 plus 6 is 13,000. In year 3, what is the cumulative inflow? 2 साल तक 13,000 plus third year का 3,000. 13 plus 3,000 is how much? 16,000. Very good. And in the fourth year, third year तक it was 16,000. Fourth year में we got 2,000 extra, so it becomes how much? 18,000. And in the last year we got 1,000 ka profit. So 18,000 plus 1,000 in the after the fifth year, our total inflow is 19,000. Now we want to see our next step is payback period. Now our next step is what? Our next step is step 4, that is payback period. Next step is payback period. Payback period ka formula was when it is only 1 year, it is cash outflow upon cash inflow. Whenever only 1 year information is given, the payback period formula is very simple. Outflow upon inflow. But when more than 1 year information is given, the formula of payback period is little different. The formula is, first let me write down the formula. Year before full recovery. After doing many sums now, I'll explain you this formula. After doing many sums, you will automatically will be able to understand this formula. याद करने को हो जाएगा. Year before full recovery plus unrecovered amount of cash inflow divide by next year's cash inflow. ये फॉर्मूला है, पर ये फॉर्मूला के लिए, और इसको ब्रैकेट में रखना है मुझे, दिस इज इन ब्रैकेट. So this is the formula. I know now you will be finding it little difficult, but once you start doing the sum, this will be very easy. ये क्या है? अभी तुम लोग को मैं समझाती हूँ. What is this? तो year before full recovery. What is our cash outflow? Our cash outflow is 15,000. Now I want to see that when was I able to get back my 15,000. Now अगर मुझे यहाँ पे सेकेंड ईयर में 15,000 मिल गया होता तो मैं यहाँ पे लिखती पे बैक पीरियड 2 years, क्योंकि द सेकेंड ईयर में अगर मुझे पूरा 15,000 मिल गया होता तो मैंने यहाँ पे लिख लिया होता 2 years पे बैक पीरियड. अगर मुझे थर्ड ईयर में पूरा 15,000 मिल गया होता, मतलब 15,000 यहाँ पे 16,000 के बदले में, इफ दिस वुड हैव बीन 15,000, मैंने यहाँ पे लिख लिया होता पे बैक पीरियड 3 years, मीन्स इन 3 years I am able to get 15,000. But when I see this cumulative cash inflow, I cannot see 15,000 anywhere. I cannot see 15,000 anywhere. In the second year, it is first year 7,000 with 13,000 and then 16,000 more than the cash outflow. Matlab in the third year, I have received more than the 15,000. I have received more than 15,000. So I want to ask you, what is the year before full recovery? Year before full recovery means what is the year before getting the full 15,000. तो ये 2 year is the year before full recovery. कैसे मतलब पता है? देखो, in the third year is the year after full recovery, means year third year में I have received more than 15,000. So which is the year where I have received less than 15,000? Which is the year where I have received less than 15,000? That is my second year. So मैं यहाँ पे लिखती हूँ 2. So year before full recovery is 2. फिर I will write plus. So now bracket में क्या है? Bracket में है unrecovered amount of cash inflow. 13,000 in the second year, I have received only 13,000. So what is the unrecovered amount? 15,000 minus 13,000. How much is the unrecovered amount? How much is the unrecovered amount? मुझे 13,000 ही मिला है, बट 15,000 में अभी भी कितना अनरिकवर्ड है? 2,000. तो इंस्टेड ऑफ 15,000 माइनस 13,000 आई कैन ऑल्सो राइट 2,000. नाउ लास्ट what is given here? नेक्स्ट ईयर्स कैश इनफ्लो. नेक्स्ट ईयर, सेकेंड ईयर में हूं मैं. व्हाट इज द नेक्स्ट ईयर? द नेक्स्ट ईयर इज द थर्ड ईयर. उसका कैश इनफ्लो कितना है? उसका कैश इनफ्लो है 3,000. दैट मीन्स व्हाट? 13,000 के बाद जो बचा हुआ 2,000 है वो मुझे कहां से मिलने वाला? आई विल बी गेटिंग इट फ्रॉम द 3,000. The 2,000 which is unrecovered, that I will be getting from the next year's cash inflow, that is 3,000. So this is the formula. So 2 plus, so here bracket में क्या आ जाएगा? ब्रैकेट में 15,000 minus 13,000 is 2,000. So 2,000 divide by 3,000 करो कैलसी में. 2,000 divide by 3,000. How much is 2,000 divide by 3,000? 2,000 divide by 3,000 is 0.66. So 2 plus 0.66 को मैं 67 लिख सकती हूँ because it is recovering. 2 plus 0.67 is how much? 2.0.67 is 2 plus 0.67 is 2.67 years. So this is my answer. This is my final answer. This is my payback period, that is 2.67 years. So this is my payback period, 2.67 years. So with this sum is over, and now your doubts are welcome.